No.
No?
Mm-hmm.
Hi YouTube, this is Hi YouTube, this is Tyler from TeamADV coming at you with a deck profile of my water deck. Play 3 Gen X Undyne.
Self-explanatory.
I played 2 controller, not 3. I feel like you should never play 3 controller unless you're playing Ultimate Offering, which I'm not. This card, people hate this card, and honestly, like, of course you don't want to open with it, you don't want to draw into it because it makes your Gen X Undyne's dead. But this card is a lot more useful than, say, a Kabazul. Yeah, it has it's not the greatest stats in the world, but the fact that it's a tuner opens up so many different plays when you have this in your hand. And it's not 1,000. It can get over like Tour Guide, a dead Tour Guide and stuff, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Played 2 Deep Sea Diva. I used to not like this card at all, but with the extensive testing I did with this deck, this card is amazing. It's basically Tour Guide is like Tour Guide for Dark Worlds is like what Deep Sea Diva is for water. It's an amazing toolbox card. It brings out almost anything you need. Well, marksman or infantry, which is still good. And this was an open field. You're not afraid of Gores at all because what you do is you attack with it. You get marksman. Basically you summon Diva. You get marksman. You attack a marksman. They drop Gores, whatever. They drop Gores. You still get Dragoons. You synchro into Mistworm, and they lost. Well, their Gores are back in their hand, but you just don't have to deal with it. You can prepare for it next turn. But yeah, this card's really good. 2 Pike. Obviously the eliminated target. And also, turn 1, if you have this in Dragoons, that's a +1. And this card is it's really good. I wish its stats were a little higher, but you know, this card is still pretty good. 3 Linde. I can honestly see myself taking one of these out. I usually, turn 1, if I had Torrential, I'll set it. Or I'll just set it by itself and not put anything else. But this card's really good. I usually pitch it for Megalo or Pike half the time, but if I open with it at least, I don't like opening with this card at all. 2 Megalo. I would never see myself opening this up to 3. I just feel like it would be more inconsistent if I did that, and the build I have I feel like is a very consistent build. But yeah, this is fine. And then, like I said, unless I'm playing 3 Sphere, which I'm not, and Ultimate Offering, and Triple Controller, I would never put this up to 3. Even though I see why some people would do it. For the Atlanteans, I play double Heavy Infantry, triple Marksman, and triple Dragoons. This is self-explanatory. Triple Marksman, I tried playing 2 for a little bit. Half the time, I would either run out of Diva targets, or I would really just want a monster to punch over something. And plus, this is a really good normal summon, because no matter if the attack goes through, you get a plus. And the card itself is a really good card. And it's probably one of the more versatile cards in the deck. One Mole Glacia, you know, of course. 1 Tragodia. I play this over Gores because of the tech I have. But plus Tragodia, I feel like it's more broken. I mean, it's Tragodia. Like at very minimum, this card is going to be 2,400 attack and defense. Because anyone who plays water knows that you plus like crazy, so you always have a really decent sized hand unless you're like dropping your hand for like a really big push.
And it's nice to take the 3s with controllers too.
Yeah, plus controller, and plus I mean, you can steal low 3s with controller and stuff and not really hurt yourself. Plus this card's I think this card's really good. I like it better than Gores. For spells, I play Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, yeah. And double MST. Not 3. I mean, if they're playing Nano Rabbit, have macro, they have macro. I mean, whatever. 2 Salvage. This card's really good. I mean, and 1 Alert. That's another card. I mean, this card's really good, but half the time, unless I see Undyne, which sometimes I do, or Tragodia, it'll be dead. But I mean, opening this on Undyne is really cool. And 1 Pot of Avarice. For traps, I play double Mirror Force, double Torrential, double Compulse, 2 Sphere, and 1 Call. I'll talk about the trap lineup. 2 Mirror Force. Post Cosmo Blazer, I feel like this card will not be that good. But for the Abyss Rising season, this card has been so amazing. Because if you're playing water, half the time they're very afraid to hit your back row. And they should be punished for it half the time. So if you set the Mirror Force, they will not hit your back row. They make a little bit of a push, maybe. And like the best thing about this card, it will never be worse than a 1-for-1, and it can net you pluses. And I mean, this card's really good. So I mean, unless I would never use it like on a Pulsar Dragon or something, but Torrential for Mass Destruction. It's really good. Compulse. I'm still iffy about this card. Because at best this card is for a 1/1, but it still fucks up a lot of plays. And I mean, the wind-up loop is still a thing, and it bounces back a lot of shit. I mean, this card is really good, and it's chainable, which is probably the best part about this card. 2 sphere. I feel like 3 is really cloggy, but the best part about this card is like people tend to just like set it, and regardless of what their play is next turn, they'll always like this sphere, main phase 2. I mean, it's not. I mean, this card can be used really proactively, and there's a lot of cool plays you can do it during your turn. And I don't know, this card's really, really good, but I couldn't see me running a 3. One Call of the Haunted. This is a tech I got from Paul Clark, and I tested with this card a lot, and it's really, really good, especially if you have like a Linde setup in Grave. It acts like, in that case, it acts like a second Abyss Sphere. And during your turn, it can open up a lot of single plays and plus plays with Dragoons and Abyss Megalo. And yeah.
And Pike.
And Pike too. Yeah, because you flip this, you get back, say, a Pike, you pitch your Dragoons, and you still have your normal summon that turn. So you still have a really cool play. Say you get Pike, you get Diva.
You get Undyne.
You get Undyne too.
Also bring back your synchros with it.
You can bring back your synchros with it. And but more importantly, it just I don't know, it just opens up a lot more synchro plays and exceed plays.
A little bit more graveyard control as well.
And also, yeah, I can also control the graveyard a little more for Mullen Glacier with this. For extra deck, I play 1 Mistworm, yeah, 1 Armory Arm, 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Catastor, 1 Gungnir, 1 Scrap Dragon, and Delorean. Delorean, the Call of the Haunted, Abyss Sphere, Mullen Glacier, Abyss Megalo, and your landing cards. This card's amazing, by far. It helps you get over big creatures. Assuming you have a sphere or a call set up, and it lets you reuse your traps and reuse your Atlanteans or your Abyss Megalo. And that makes a really, really big deal when you're kind of running out of resources. It's really cool, and it's just, I mean, it's a decent sized creature when you get its effect off. And you know, I was really iffy about playing this card without Ultimate Offering, but this card's just proven to be really, really good time and time and again.
I mean, you can synchro for him, and then you have 5. Drop Mullen Glacier, bounce it back to your hand, drop it again.
Yeah, I mean, you have to skip your next battle phase, but I mean, that's not that big.
It's not that big of a deal.
I mean, I'm netting them like 4 cards. For rank 4s, I play Maestroke over Utopia. I feel like if I really do ever have to stall out, I'm probably going to lose that game anyways. With Maestroke, I feel like it's a more proactive card than Utopia. You just book something, punch over it. It basically deals with answers. I mean, it's either this or Gaga Cowboy, and I personally don't like Gaga Cowboy that much at all. I feel like Maestroke is just overall a better card. I also play a Bahamut Shark. Basically to trigger the Dragoons effect. And this card's really, really good, because I didn't know this until recently. You can attack something and then use this effect. It's not a condition that you either do one or the other. And bring out a Leviathan, it's still a 2000 creature. And I mean, if they say anything, fine. I kill a Leviathan, attack with a Bahamut Shark. It's a really, really good card. For rank 7s, I play Abyss Gaios and Big Eye. These cards, they're really good. If I could see myself taking one of them out, probably Big Eye. Just for the fact that Abyss Gaios is really good against Chaos Dragons and Agents, the latter, which is really prevalent in this format. Big Eye, yeah, I can steal your creature and stop your play, or maybe make a push play myself, but this just stops your plays completely. And, I don't know. I mean, if I had to take one of them, I'd probably take out Big Eye. Big Eye's really good, too. For rank 2s, I play 1 Gachi Gachi. I do not play Daigusto Phoenix. I don't think putting space for the extra deck for it is worth it. And this card, I feel like this card is a better turn 1 play than Daigusto Phoenix will ever be. And yeah, I mean, you do a lot of damage, but you also do a lot of damage to other cards. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to get the extra 15 in there. And Daigusto and Gachi Gachi puts a lot of your creatures up more than people can deal with. I mean, this Diva, if you have a marksman in hand, you go Diva, Infantry, Marksman. Right there, that's an 1800 Marksman and a 2200 Dragoons. That's a big deal, because those are 2 pretty decently sized creatures that they're gonna have trouble dealing with. And plus a Gachi that you can't kill unless you have you play like fucking Aaron or something, or Compulse, which a lot of people play. Rank 3, I play Tempo. I love this card. Will never not play this card. punishes players for bringing out Acid Golem with no actual real plan. It's really good. The Zen mains, just because it takes care of issues. The Leviathan to trigger Dragoons or Marksman. That was my deck profile. Comment, rate, subscribe.